Rahman versus Bollywood row erupts. India's most loved music maestro speaks out. Claims uncreative and divisive forces are at play. Rehman cites fewer projects over the last 8 years, and the composer of Chava and Ramayana calls one of his own films divisive.
Now, is there communalism within Bollywood or not? Now, this is a debate which will not be dying down anytime soon, that's for sure. Joining me on the show now, Syed Asad Abbas, who is a political analyst, Nasir Abdullah, who's an actor, Rahul Easwar, who's a philosophy author and Hindu activist. Rahul, I will come to you first. See, no one can deny that Bollywood has been ruled by the Khans, Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Amir Khan, and till date, the biggest face of Indian cinema at least is King Khan. Now, don't you think this argument that someone is not getting work because he is a Muslim flimsy?
Two submissions. First of all, we all love A.R. Rahman, and he was the person who made us all sing Vande Mataram once more. So there is no two-way regarding his greatness. He is one of the legend. But, I'm a Hindu right-wing activist. Let me be very honest. We were all skeptical when we heard a person of the stature of A.R. Rahman saying so. Because A.R. Rahman even composed for Chava. See, Chava had very emotional elements. Nobody is saying no. And even A.R. Rahman went to the extent of praising Chava having emotional elements.
True.
So a person of his stature, I believe, should be more like Amir Khan, who was ready to extend an olive branch even to the right wing, saying that I will engage with you. Let us talk to each other. If there are some disturbing scenes in PK or any other movie which hurts the sentiments of some people, let me own it up. So a person like A.R. Rahman, I don't think any mainstream political leader or anybody will say anything against him, not because of anything else, but for sheer respect of the legend. At the same point of time, I believe he could have been a bit more sensitive in airing. So even the contentious language debate, we all know Tal, Rangila, so many movies we can have, and he was awarded by Smriti Irani ji in the front of the president. So it's a very sensitive and tricky subject. Yes, there are elements of hatred in our society, but they are far and few. They are just a fringe. We shouldn't mainstream the fringe. So my humble submission to Sri A.R. Rahman, being a Hindu right-winger, is we all love, respect and adore you. At the same point of time, when a person like you is telling something, international media can pick it up. They can demean India using it. They can demean, and many aspects using it. So Rahmanji could have been a bit more sharper and sensitive in airing such a thing, because and calling Chava as divisive is also very unfortunate. Chava is depicting that era of our history when we are having some conflicts and fights. And Rahmanji even went to the extent of doing Gandhi, Godse, Ek Youth of Rajkumar Santoshi. He even did the music for that movie, and Rajkumar Santoshi later said it was only because of A.R. Rahman many people came on board. So that kind of an approach would be nice. And right now, as you rightly said, he's doing Ramayana.
Right.
Well, and he said, I'm a Muslim and I was trained in a Brahmin school. Originally, he belongs to the southern parts of India, and it was a Malayalam movie, my home state movie, Yotha, that Rahman did the music first. He was Dilip then. So it's when a person of his stature is raking up sensitive and communal issues, it can have unintended consequences. So I hope Rahmanji will realize that beyond right and left, we all love, respect and adore him.
Right.
Maybe music changed, maybe trends changed. There are so many other reasons. So I think he could have been a bit more circumspect.
Nasir, I'll come to you now. Have you ever felt this kind of bias that A.R. Rahman at the moment is hinting at?
I haven't felt it, but I've heard of other people feeling it and being the object of some amount of degradation and stuff like that at times. So A.R. Rahman could be wrong in the sense that there is a time, there are highs and lows. Amitabh Bachchan for 8 to 10 years didn't have anything happening for him as well.
True.
So you couldn't, but here is the deal. For example, there have been films made that go a little over the top. It's okay to go over the top. For example, Dhurandhar was a brilliant film. Half an hour too long, too much violence. A man already shot in the leg is fighting like a Mike Tyson and all forever.
Right.
So that was very boring. Poor women, they were like really freaking out, when will this end? But what I'm saying is there was a film called The Kashmir Files, which was a clear depiction of what happened, maybe a bit exaggerated, which is fine. And they sent it to the Goa Film Festival about 4 or 5 years ago.
Right, right.
And the Israeli director of the film festival was very upset. He said, why has this film come? Because he could see very clearly it was a propaganda film and it was not suited for the Goa Film Festival. None of the Indian people spoke about it because they also felt it was not the right film. But he actually openly said it's an obscene propaganda film. He said that. And he was not paid by Rahul Gandhi to say that. Anyway, I just want, and then there was the Kerala files where they spoke of 30,000 women who
Right.
had gone to fight for ISIS. And they were in the police record, they were 3. So I asked the director and the actors and whoever, I said, what happened to the 29,997 women who you claim went to fight for ISIS? Then, of course, there is a fictionalized. I said, no, it was apparently a documented film with everything. So when you go over the top, that makes me think suspiciously about the possibility that this is not fair, because that you're generating negativity about the Muslims more than
But-
is required.
But Nasir,
Okay.
you personally, you've worked in many films. You have personally ever, in any kind of a conversation, have you ever felt that there was a bias against you or against your work?
Like I said, I didn't experience it much because I actually started a long time ago. I started in 87.
Right.
And Madame Kangana Ranaut was just born, whom she accused, Bombay of being a POK or something, which was amazing. It
Right.
was like, I lived there and I prospered there the most. Bombay was very good to me. I got lucky. The camera liked me and everything was fine. I was
Right.
like the boss of advertising films. But, so there was no problem at all about whatever. If I failed to get a part in a film, it was mostly because I didn't add up properly. I didn't give them the right audition.
Right.
Now I'm much better. That time it was bad. So it didn't work out. But
Yeah.
for short films, I was good. But I have seen what has been happening occasionally to Amir Khan about some film he made. Then they went after Shah Rukh. And recently again after Shah Rukh because they say they still have an angst, to grind with him or whatever. It's unfair. But what I'm saying is you must make the propaganda films, but they should not be so loud and they should not go to film festivals which do not entertain. They even said they sent it to the Oscar. The
Right.
Kashmir Files. The
Right.
truth about the Oscars is you can send any film to the Oscar. Nobody's there to stop you. The only thing is they will throw it in the dustbin. Sending a film to an Oscar doesn't mean it has been called for in the Oscar. It means you want to make an entry into the Oscar thing.
Nasir,
And it
the
went in
point
dustbin.
that you are making, I will now take this very same point to Syed Asad Abbas. I would like to speak with you regarding what we have seen, and this has increased over the past few years. People say propaganda films are being made. Let's just brush up history and you will see how in certain films, they were the Hindu gods that were being made fun of. So there is one segment which says that over the past many years, this is also something which has happened. But at that time, no one had an issue with this. But now suddenly, it feels like people have started speaking up. And what A.R. Rahman has said that he's getting no work for the past 8 years, then how did Chava land, in his kitty? How was he approached to do a film like Ramayana?
Firstly, Aishwarya ji, I've always believed in the likes of A.R. Rahman, which means A.R. stands for Allah Rakha Rahman. Let me tell you, this gentleman, when I attended one of his concerts, said something beautiful. हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई समझो अपनी शान को मजहब की दीवारों में ना बांटो हिंदुस्तान को ना मैं हिंदू बनूं ना आप मुसलमान बनो मैं भी हिंदुस्तानी बनूं आप भी हिंदुस्तानी बनो I believe this man is not just pride of the nation but a titan amongst our industry. Let us also understand Mr. A.R. Rahman is not just a man, he's an enigma, he's a phenomena. Let us understand when you do the most common things in life in the most uncommon way, you command the attention of the world. India's Oscar Award winner. Now, coming to address what he has spoken here, Aishwarya ji, let us understand what he has said here. No doubt about his credentials, from Adanya Pradhan Mantri Modi ji or the likes of Manmohan Singh ji to the greatest political leaders of India have hailed him as a hero and a titan of the industry. Now, coming to the point. Be it a Bombay, be it a Roja, be it a Dil Se, be it a Rang De Basanti, this man's every single song that he has created is a masterpiece with spells of patriotism. The fact of the matter is, cumulative age of mind, Nasir Saab, Rahul Saab, if we take the panelists together, this man has won more number of awards than our cumulative age together. You name the award in the music industry, this man has had it. Now, coming to the address of the point of the communal thing that
Yes,
he spoke for.
yes.
Let me tell you, Aishwarya ji, the fact of the matter. 25 years back, when I was a student of the school, I learned the song Ma Tujhe Salam, Vande Mataram from this man. That as I speak to you, there's goosebumps all over me. Hair-raising performance of this man I was witness to. I'm testimony to his patriotism. This man, over several decades of his experience, has indeed breathed into us कि माँ धरती, माँ हिंदुस्तान, माँ भारती, माँ इंडिया को हमारा सलाम. The fact that some people in the industry are trying to give this and paint this into a different picture is absolutely shameful. Let me tell you, the likes of A.R. Rahman, a true Indian patriot, does not need your certificate of patriotism. इस बंदे के खून में, नस नस में, कण कण में, इस धरती के लिए, माँ भारती के लिए प्यार है, सम्मान है और आदर है. The fact of the matter, let us understand, if Allah Rakha Rahman has said this, there is a cause of concern. I think
A cause
the
of
likes
concern,
of my friends must take note to it.
So you are saying there's a cause of concern, and I will take this to Advaita Kala, who's an author who's now joining us on the broadcast. Advaita, see, one of the things which a lot of people have been speaking about for the past few years is the fact that there was a part of history that was being glorified and there was a part of history which was not being shown. So now is the time when certain people want to showcase certain things. And this one statement of someone like A.R. Rahman, when he is saying that he has not been getting work and he is hinting towards a communal bias within the Bollywood, which actually globally is known by King Khan's name. Do you agree with this? And do you think that there is a possibility that there is some kind of communal bias that's going on within Bollywood?
See, I think the first thing is that he's the music director of a film like Ramayan.
Right,
And
right.
nobody has taken objection with that. It's not even come up in any conversation, in any debate, in any public forum, nothing like that. Can there be a more Hindu story film than the Ramayana? I don't think so. And A.R.
Right.
Rahman is the music director of that film. So I think that answers this question quite decisively in terms of what is the public perception, what is the public reaction to things like this. Could he be having interpersonal issues with some people? It's quite likely that happens in all workplaces. But I think the dangerous thing that someone of his stature and his iconic stature, who's a global star, to make a statement like this, he must justify it with actual proof and
Right.
with take names, because if this indeed is happening and if this is indeed has happened to him, then those people should be named. But to get away with a generic statement like that, I think does a great disservice to this country, to the tolerance, to the acceptance that we all hold on to and that we have exercised over and over again. So I would just urge Mr. Rahman that if he is facing this kind of discrimination, to name names so
Right.
that we can all shame them publicly. But to give such a generic statement is very unfair and it's very wrong and it casts a shadow on everybody. And that's not something that we should accept.
Advaita, I will take what you are saying to Rahul Easwar. Now, Rahul, you also spoke about the fact that we have all grown up listening to A.R. Rahman, and he's a man who commands immense respect. But yes, making these kind of statements, do you think he should at least name and shame people? Because as Advaita rightly pointed out, if you make these kind of statements, you are generalizing it.
Again, two submissions. See, there are some people who belongs to all. More than Syed Abbas ji, Rahman Saab belongs to me and belongs to someone, or Sachin belongs to everyone. See, there are some people who are beyond any divisions, and we should take it like that. People like, say, Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa on the earlier times, or APJ Abdul Kalam, for that matter, they belong to everyone, or rather,
Right.
we all belong to them. And when they are airing such a criticism, we should always take a middle path of being sensitive, respectful, and yet respectfully disagreeing with it. Like Advaita Kala ji rightly said, we should disagree with that statement out of the respect and love and reverence for Sri A.R. Rahman, we should not accept that proposition. We should be respectfully disagreeing. We should take a middle path of perhaps engaging with it, respectfully disagreeing. That's what Pujaniya Sarsang Chalak also did when, there was a huge controversy regarding Amir Khan. But in
Right.
the Lata Mangeshkar program, it was a great sight to see Sarsang Chalak on one side of Lata Mangeshkar and on the other side it was Amir Khan. And they were wishing each other, they were bowing to each other, they were sharing gifts. See, it gives out a message. There is a deeper message of nation building that we may be disagreeing with each other. We may have intense sort of disagreements, but at the end of the day, we are Indians first and we are humans first. That's the reason why we should engage with the opinion of Sri A.R. Rahman. Consider it, definitely, yes, we are not a perfect nation. We may have our own flaws. Nobody
Right.
can say no. At the same point of time, see, Shah Rukh Khan, as my name is Rahul, this is the dialogue I have used the most in life. Rahul naam to suna hoga.
Yes,
And
yes, true.
every time we remember Shah Rukh Khan. So let us respectfully disagree, but respect the concerns of Sri A.R. Rahman, but yet disagree to it because I do think that can trigger many kind of reactions
Right.
down the road.
I'd like to counter that, Aishwarya ji.
Yes, please. Because
Yeah.
I also want to understand, do you believe that at least there has to be some kind of a proof? Because we have all seen when it comes to Bollywood and the kind of films that are now coming out, this actually will be painting the entire industry with one color.
Aishwarya ji, on a lighter note, Rahul Easwar ji is my dear friend, my big brother, and we are all Shah Rukh Khan fans out here. And I'd like to tell him, Rahul Easwar ji, बड़े-बड़े देशों में छोटी-छोटी बातें होती रहती है. And
No,
of
but
course,
you know what you are saying. This is not a choti baat. That's why
I'm telling
we
you.
are having this debate, because had it
Aishwarya
been
ji, I will
someone
answer.
on the fringes making this kind of statement would have been okay. But this
will
has
tell you.
become a big issue because it is
Aishwarya
none
ji,
other than A.R. Rahman.
I read the full
Small point
statement.
from me.
I read the full statement of Shri A.R. Rahman ji, and there is absolutely nothing wrong in what he's saying. He's a man of principles. He's a man who speaks the truth. Let us understand he's also spoken about the power in the hands of non-creative people. There have been Bollywood composers or production houses who have offered him the movie. And later, he sees 5 other composers taking the helm of it, which is absolutely wrong. And this is not just Tom, Dick, and Harry who's speaking about it. This is an Oscar Award winner. This is a National Award winner. This is a Padma Bhushan A.R. Rahman speaking about it. I will absolutely not ask for proof from a man of such high incredibility who's put India's name on the global map. India is a Vishwa Guru because of soft powers like A.R. Rahman. And also, Advaita ji, with all due respect to the points you made, ma'am, I don't think so speaking the truth is any disservice to the nation. If A.R. Rahman has felt it, he has spoken about it. Yes, I agree with you. He must and should name and shame the people where he has felt there has been a communal divisive force.
May I?
Let it
Yes,
be
yes,
one
please,
minute.
please, yes,
May
yes,
I
yes,
add to
yes,
that?
yes, please.
Okay,
Nasir,
somewhere
Nasir,
agree
please.
with yes,
Yeah.
I agree with Advaita Kala on the grounds that also the fact is that you have said and others have said that he has hinted.
Right.
He has hinted that it could be due to this, due to this. He's not made a volatile statement. So Advaita says it right in a way that we need some sort of evidence in it, and it'll be hard to find the evidence because when something like this is happening, it'll be hard to find it. Having said that, the truth could be different due to different reasons. Like I said, once upon a time, Amitabh Bachchan had no work.
Right, right.
And, for years, and he was like almost begging people because he was in debt. So he had no issues about the race, whatever. Okay. So I think it would be fair to say that these are the ups and downs, and occasionally, sometimes, because A.R. Rahman would be very expensive as well, they go for, the people who can offer the same thing almost at half the rate. And it's
Right.
happening in the advertising industry. Once upon a time, there were 6 major film directors for ad films, and then they're out because youngsters, they came in and they offered to do the same film for 25% of the budget
Right.
that they were talking about. So it could be many reasons. So it should be explored. I'm not saying anybody's wrong. And I'm not saying anything about anybody as such, but it could be investigated. They could actually find out if that is the reason, because they will really need to dig harder. But the fact is, he has hinted on it. And even sometimes I think, oh, maybe, because I'm a Muslim, they don't give me much. But then, I've had my field days. I was the
Right.
butt of advertising films. So
Right.
you can't rule forever. That's another story you must remember. We all must. You can't
Right.
rule forever.
Yes,
I thought
true.
I would. I'm not. So I'm doing okay.
You know what you're saying, this I will take to Advaita, because Advaita, do you also think at times, those people, they feel it, the reasons for not getting a job, there could be a number of reasons why, you did not get a film. But do you think that there is also a possibility that this is A.R. Rahman thinking just within himself and coming to this conclusion that maybe I did not get that because I'm a Muslim? Do you think that could also have played its role, this feeling?
The reason, and I want to clarify here, I'm not asking him to prove anything. I'm asking him to name and shame, because I
Right.
think that's important. And the reason
It's
why
not
I'm not
easy.
asking him to prove anything is because being on a particular end of the ideological spectrum, Aishwarya, I have lost a lot of work personally in films, when it comes to invitations to literary events. That has happened. So I know
Advaita,
it
you are also
exists.
making a big claim. You are saying that because you are a Hindu, there were certain events that you were not
Yes.
called for.
Of course. So that's why I don't ask him. That's why I'm not questioning his claim, because I know this kind of ideological bias exists. It's a reality. So I know it exists. I just feel it's important to name and shame, because that's not the kind of environment one should fester.
Right.
That's what
Why
my
don't we
whole thing
start
is.
with you,
And there are a lot of
Advaita
things
ji?
I
Why don't you
agree
name
with.
and shame?
For example, when he's saying that uncreative or non-creative people hold the controls, he's absolutely right. Because in the last decade or so, the corporatization of Bollywood
Right.
has led to a situation where there are people in suits who sit in boardrooms and take decisions on creative calls, be it music, be it script, be it all of those things, which are very frustrating for creatives. I just feel that someone of his stature, his legendary stature, could have really made a very, very strong intervention on behalf of people behind the scenes, the
Right.
writers, the musicians, the singers, who are sidelined in many different ways. I don't think by making it about
Right.
ideology or personal preferences, I think he's done a disservice to,
Advaita,
the way this is
I'm really,
drifting.
really running out of time. Thank you very much. Syed Asad Abbas, who spoke with us, Nasir Abdullah, Rahul Easwar, and Advaita Kala. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. One thing which is very, very clear at the moment is the fact that there are shades of communalism that we are seeing coming to the fore. But yes, naming and shaming is something that someone of the stature of A.R. Rahman should have done, so that these kind of things, if they're happening, should not happen in future. That's all the time we have on this bulletin. For more news and updates, keep on watching India Today.